Bickle, Chairman of the Board. Call the meeting to order. Ask you to word here.
Heavenly Father, we praise you, we thank you for the goodness and mercy. Dear God, we ask that you bless this meeting and you guide us, you lead us, Lord. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
First thing on the agenda is audience participation. A lot of people here. How many people are planning on speaking? Okay. Okay. We're trying to, we're like 5 people for one person to speak and just speaking on the same thing. It's going to be asked. Otherwise, you're limited to 3 minutes. And whoever wants to speak first. Whoever wants to speak first, go ahead. Step up.
I'm willing to speak. Okay. Thank you. My name is Karen Cornelson. I have 4 children here that are at UME, elementary school, junior high, and 2 in high school. And we've been here since the first year, the beginning of UME. So we have been a part of UME since the very beginning. Just a little bit about me. I have a Bachelor of Science from Purdue University in Child Development and Family Studies, and I have a Master's in Counseling from DBU. I'm also a member of Wycliffe Bible Translators. Now, I understand that Mr. Spurlock has said that he is retiring, and so that has been announced. And so what I would like to do is I would propose that that role is not going to be filled when he retires. And I have some reasons for you. I don't believe that this position is a position that is needed. If you look at the organizational structure of the other charter schools in the area, the superintendent and the CEO is one and the same for the charter schools that are our size. And when you look at the job description, one of the things he does is new campuses and budgeting, leadership training for the kids here, mentoring, recruiting for the school, and board interface. And I want to propose that Mrs. Kayla Smith has been doing an excellent job as superintendent and has done a lot of those things. And so it's a role that has been overlapped and that she could do what his role has been. The other thing that I want to point out is there is a lot of money going towards the role of CEO or chancellor, is what we call it. Approximately $130,000 per year, plus $300 car allowance, plus other significant bonuses. He works 108 days per year is what he's contracted for, which is 9 days a month. If you look at the superintendent of the Cedar Hill school system, per day, Mr. Spurlock is making more per day than the superintendent of Cedar Hill. I believe that that money should be going towards our teachers and our scholars and the programs. Our teachers, we need good quality teachers. We have programs that are underfunded. For instance, the ceramics class doesn't have enough money to buy glaze for the kids for their ceramics program. Okay, we have the athletics department that is underfunded. The theater department, we have an excellent theater department, but they don't have the money that they need. And I would propose that that money go towards those programs that are benefiting the scholars. So I believe that UME is a quality school. Obviously, we've been here for a number of years and we appreciate the school. But I also believe that there's room for improvement, and I would like to see the money that is funneled to the chancellor position currently to be funneled into other parts of the UME program. Thank you.
Next speaker.
Is it okay if I come closer? No. I'm first a writer, so I wrote down what I have at a specific time. My name is Christy Dallas, and I'm both a founder of UME Prep and a founding staff member. I currently serve in the capacity of 7th grade reading teacher, team leader for junior high English language arts, and sponsor for junior high student council. I have been here from the inception of this amazing concept for a public school, and I have invested a lot of time and energy and leadership in the service of the families who have chosen to send their children to UME. I have seen a lot of changes over the last 8 years, and I have always sought to do my best to be a flexible, positive force on staff, whether I agree with them or not. At the end of the day, I am here for my students and their families. I love our school, and I believe there are a lot of wonderful things about what we have built and what our model of education is supposed to be. That being said, as a new school, I know there has been a learning curve on a lot of things, including the best way to run. However, we are 8 years into this game with a much larger population, and we cannot afford to make mistakes or set precedents that are not necessary. The education of our students and the empowerment of the family unit is a key partner in education, should be our primary concern, and we should focus on being good at that. Because of this, I do find myself greatly concerned that Mr. Spurlock has set a resignation date for his position, and yet now it is my understanding that the board is moving ahead with finding a replacement for him. It was my understanding as a faculty member that his position was created especially for him and was always meant to be temporary. I question if the idea to replace him is actually in the best interest of our school or of our leadership already in place. And I'm here today to talk to you, to ask you, please, school board, ask hard questions, seek wisdom, and ultimately, please, be very transparent about how this decision is being handled. I'm wondering what implications it will have over our school financially. I'm also questioning how it will affect our current leadership, faculty, and staff. I would like to see transparency in what the job description is supposed to be, who's writing it, and how you plan to fill it. And I would really like to know ultimately why you believe this position is so important and integral to our model of education, when, like has already been stated, no other charter school district our size has a separate position for a CEO. We all know that decisions have consequences. We preach that every day to our students, whether good or bad, right? So I am begging you to listen to all voices concerned about this issue before you make your decision. I thank you for your service to school, really from the bottom of my heart. I pray for your wisdom, and I hope that members of the school board, the administration, the faculty and staff, and the families who populate our school can all be of one mind and focus as we move into the future. Thank you for letting me speak.
Thank you. Next speaker.
I can go. I'd rather stand back here so everybody can hear me. My name is Jeremy Davis. My daughter is a first grader at Duncan. And one of the things that concerns me is teacher pay. If you look on ZipRecruiter.com, they're one of the lower average pay scale for the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Now, ZipRecruiter says that a private school teacher average for elementary school is $31,531 a year. That's an average. The school administrator's average is supposed to be $43,193. Now, this isn't middle school, which is higher, and high school, which is higher than that. This is just elementary school. And this is on a website that shows the lowest scale of the 4 sites that I looked at. Now, elementary school principals should make $80,062 average. The administrator, the top administrator for Village Tech only makes $108,173, and there's one of him. Now, you're overpaying at the top end, and you have redundant positions. And, you know, we wouldn't have the teacher turnover where we're losing, like, my child was expecting a first grade teacher that when the school year rolled around, she had moved on, which you can't blame her. Not what y'all are paying. You should be paying the lower end and not worrying as much about the upper end.
does right now. We don't hear about it. We don't know like what they do at all. And so to me, that makes it seem a very unimportant position. And I know that he has responsibilities that are definitely important, but I feel like those can be passed on to the superintendent. So if we take away the position of the CEO, then that leaves a lot of money that can be distributed to other places that students really care about. One thing in particular for me is the ceramics class. I really enjoy ceramics, and I know a lot of other people do too. It's just like a really great stress relieving class. However, I have not been able to take home one single finished project. We've done lots of projects, and they're amazing projects, but we've not been able to finish one single one because of the amount of funding the ceramics has right now. We have to take home unfinished projects. And we did, last semester, we did do a fundraiser so that this semester we will be able to do one finished project. And I know my wonderful art teacher, she has been using her own money to buy clay for us to use, which is amazing. But I know ceramics could really use more money, and probably art in general. Another extracurricular, or I guess it's a class, is theater. Theater, although we get some money and we can do some amazing things. I overheard somebody say, that UME's actors are just as good as any other school. However, if UME could get some more money in their theater program, then their actual end performances could be just as good also as other schools. And that I want to see UME theater to be the best it possible. Sports is another thing. If we took 10% of the current CEO's income and gave it to sports and PE, then we could remodel the cube for our sports and PE teams and also get much needed supplies for our teams. Science class is another thing. I know UME is a big science and math school, which I really appreciate. But some concepts are really hard to learn in science without 3D models. Things like muscles are really difficult to learn with only 2D models or 2D pictures on board. So, coming from a student's perspective, I think that the position of CEO has very little benefit upon the school, and that we can put that money to areas that students really care about.
Our next speaker.
I'll go, please, if that's okay. So bear with me, I'll ramble a little bit. I had random thoughts. But I do know my name. It's Lisa Burleson. My children have been here for 2 years. I have a 10th grader, an 8th grader, and a 3rd grader. And I think I have attempted to volunteer for most everything you have. Some not as well as others, but I have. And so I would say to my family, the most amazing thing about this school in the beginning was the culture. We had always attended private schools, and for some reason thought that the culture there would create this bubble that was a much safer, more compassionate learning environment. I found that it's amazing here, and I think the reason for that is, well, I know the reason for that is for Ms. Smith's leadership, Ms. Holder's leadership, the majority of our faculty. The thing that concerns me with the CEO position, not that things don't occur there. I realize that they do, and I realize that we had a very large expansion last year. But the things that concern me is when we view things strictly from a business standpoint, that isn't the success of our model in my mind. I know we have to pay bills. I know that a business has to have a certain income. But I prefer to have the educator experience guiding this culture, because we expanded so much this year that the parents' concerns were we could not maintain this culture of inclusiveness, compassion, welcoming new students. And our staff has done an amazing job in doing that and blending new students with families that had been here before. But I think that the families that were here before are willing to give us 1 year. 1 school year, we know. We opened a new building, we doubled in size, we added all of these things. 1 year, we can all be patient because we love this school and we love this model. But after 1 year, we run a very high risk of the conversations I'm hearing in the buildings and in the halls and with the other families of losing the culture that this school was founded on a daily basis. Because we're gonna hang in there with you for so long, and then when it's not that culture and not that environment, then you're gonna start hearing families say, this is no longer what we signed up for. And so I would encourage you that that money maybe could be spent more productively on some more culture officers, some more things that promote our culture on all of our campuses, those type of things. And then maybe if we have a large expansion coming, maybe that's a position that we can contract for at that time. You know, that makes a lot of sense to me if that's the biggest thing. But once again, I love the school. I appreciate all that you guys do. I just trust my educators the most on keeping this culture what I signed up for. Thank you.
Think you guys know me. I'm Johnny Holder, the elementary principal across the street. I know most of you guys as well. First of all, I'd like to thank you for allowing us to speak tonight and really allowing myself to speak. I stand on my own. I stand alone in the fact that I want to speak my heart and what I would just like to share with you. You don't know me well enough to know, but conflict is my least favorite thing in the whole wide world. I hate conflict. I do anything to avoid it. But I'm also a person of conviction, and if I feel like something, if I don't agree with it, I have to speak out. If nothing else, just to know I've spoken up about what I feel, and then it's in the people's hands that I talk to take that and consider whatever that they will with it. After hearing that Mike was retiring and that his position was going to be refilled, I was a little surprised because I too had thought that we were not going to replace Mike and that we would be moving on in a different direction. I thought that the salary could be reallocated and we could use it for things such as teachers' pay, increasing our teachers' pay and some other things. But that was not the case, and I realized that at the last board meeting. So what I'm asking the board to do is simply this. I'm just asking you to re-look at what your decision has been and to give it some thought and reevaluate what you think is best for you and me. From my heart, please know this is nothing personal. There's nothing personal involved in this at all. I'm speaking about what I believe is best for you and me and nothing else. I know that you are a hardworking board that also wants what's best for you and me. So I thank you for your time, for your consideration, and all that you've done so far to contribute to the greatness of UME because I know that you have played an integral part of that. Thank you for letting me speak.
I'll stand a little bit here on the side and use my teacher voice. I think that'll be loud enough for everybody. I think you already know me as well. My name is Susie Bromers, and my family and I have had the privilege of being a part of this school since the day it opened its doors. And I do count that a privilege. I'm a parent of a student here, a teacher, and currently an administrator as well. There have been many changes in this school over time, including changes in the organizational structure of the leadership. When the board created the position of chancellor a couple of years ago, many of us, including myself, understood this to be a temporary position that would end when Mr. Spurlock retired. I was surprised then to learn at last week's board meeting that the board had decided to fill the position after Mr. Spurlock's retirement, considering that other charter schools of our size, as has already been mentioned, do not have a separate CEO or chancellor position. And assuming a comparable salary to what Mr. Spurlock is currently receiving, I question whether this money wouldn't be better spent on some of the varied programs that have already been mentioned. And I don't need to go over those again. I think you've already heard those. But the main point of all that is that all these are things that we believe would directly benefit the students. And after all, isn't that what we're all about? Isn't that what we're all about? I would not be here today if I did not believe that UME is a wonderful school and worth all of my time and my effort that I've put over these last 8 years here. And so all that I ask is that you carefully consider what the choices are so that we make the best decision at the end for our children, for our students, for our teachers, and our staff. And that you would consider all of those things before making your final decision. Thank you for your time.
Are there any, excuse me, is there anyone else that would like to speak?
My name is Randy Fortin. I don't know, some of you may know. 45 minutes ago or whenever, I didn't know this meeting existed, but I'm glad I got an invitation. I don't presume to know or for me to talk to you. You're the board, and I get that, but I was one of the guys that wrote the paper that allows you to be here. So, you know, I'm kind of invested in the place. And all I have to say to you is that you've got a hard job to do. You got one job to do. Our on-site administration has done yeoman's work. I think the hallmark is we've done so much with so little for so long, we can do anything or nothing. It's kind of a spirit that I've seen in all of them. And so as a board, I'll always say, and I mean, I get out of here alive for some of you. Don't get me, Chrissy. I forgot to start my timer. I got 3 minutes. But we've never done anything just because somebody else has done it. So whether we have a chancellor or not, you know, okay. The question is that how is that chancellor, how is that position, how are those dollars directly contributing to our scholars? Is it making a difference in their life? Is it getting my son who's a senior, is it going to get him into DBU, SMU, or wherever is he going to go? Do our teachers have everything? Todd, does he have everything? Do our on-site people, do they have everything? Robots, do we have everything? Because I don't know that we have everything. And again, we'll never have everything because we always have more wants. I get that. But the question is, we've got one job. And is this move helping us do that or not? If it is helping us, then we can quantify it. Lie to me, I know what a chancellor is in Star Wars. I'm not sure what it does in Ursula, and it's very important. Mike, I've got nothing against Mike. We go way back. So I don't know that I can speak toward what a chancellorship should be or not be, but we got one job. It's elevating, educating, creating, and then creating students who do that for the rest of their lives. And if this position does that, I think the board should be able to justify that. If it doesn't, it's an awful lot of money that can go into the widgets and the things and the computers and the classrooms and the Wi-Fi. The tech guy, don't forget tech. Has he got everything that he needs? If you do, great. But I would encourage the board, while we're looking at that, to look at the whole, and I bet you would. I would presume to like you, because you all are much more brilliant than I. But at the same time, so all I wanted to say is that how does it directly contribute to the betterment of our students? Thank you.
Yes, I'm up. Remember to set my timer. Thank you, Randy. My name is Sarah Milam. I have 2 students here. This is our 7th year at UME. I have served in a lot of capacities, including as a board member. So the school is very important to me. Of course, me and my family are very, very invested. When it comes to this particular topic of the CEO chancellor position, we can talk about dollars and cents and underfunded programs. Lord knows I can find lots of them. But frankly, the board chose Kayla to do a job, which was to lead the school as the superintendent. And the position that Mike currently is in was designed specifically for him in this area of expansion and finances and all those things, which he has excelled at. There is no question about that. However, Kayla has more than gotten her feet wet. She is qualified and capable. And it is my belief that she can handle this job and this role as the leader of UME Prep without an additional set of hands hanging over her or another person to report to and deal with. And I say that with the utmost respect for you, Kayla. You are very qualified and capable of running this school district. So I just ask that as a board, you consider closely whether this is the best spend of school funds to have this additional position. And I'm not saying that other positions or needs will not come up, but they may not need to come up in this format. There are other ways to meet specific needs. Okay. Wanted to say something about something else. While I was reading through some information from the last board meeting, I did also run across something that was a little concerning to me in regards to recruiting for new board members. Specifically that in the goals it was mentioned that new board members should not be parents of UME Prep students. While I understand that we do have a parent board rep and that is important, it's very concerning that we had otherwise qualified, capable, dedicated parents and scholars that wanted to serve on our board, that we would automatically exclude them simply for the fact that their child was enrolled here. They have the potential to be some of our best assets and most invested board members. Thank you so much for your time.
Greetings, UME Prep Board. I can't thank you enough for serving this school that I love dearly. I am one of the charter writers and founding administrators at UME, also a parent, and currently serve in a superintendent/CEO role in the DFW area. It is very disheartening to learn that the CEO role is being revisited at UME Prep. As someone who works alongside superintendents/CEOs, it is rare that you see this role separated out at schools with less than 3,000 students. It is my understanding that this revised organizational chart that occurred back in 2017 has yet to be approved by TEA, and is doubtful it will be approved. Given that the CEO chancellor role has the only voice of the board, and then it is up to the superintendent to do all the work, this buffer role between the superintendent and the board has been unnecessary and detrimental to UME since its surprise introduction at a board meeting back in 2017. Furthermore, the CEO role is removed from what is really happening at this school and has not yielded quality results. For instance, the CEO earned $1,000 a day for days worked, in addition to his stated contracted salary. If one does an inquiry into the loss of $1 million of NIFA funding for UME secondary building, or the lack of a strategic plan or lease for UME's third campus, it would raise concerns about UME's return on investment in this disconnected position. Now, from a review of the UME board minutes, a distinct and disturbing pattern has become evident that the board needs to be aware of before history repeats itself for a fourth time tonight. For the last 3 years, each time the CEO contract or role was discussed, a key individual has subsequently resigned. In 2017, it was the founding administrator. In 2018, it was the first superintendent to deal with this dysfunctional role between the superintendent and the CEO. In 2019, it was the board president. He, along with our current parent board rep, made it a priority to act with integrity and transparency and sought to work with the CEO. However, because they asked questions, their reputations were attacked by the CEO. The ramifications of this can be heard from a September 10th, 2019 board meeting, which was very informative and raised a lot of questions. My jaw dropped when I heard it. I have worked with many members of this board, both past and present, and these members love UME Prep, work hard for UME, and are a very wise, respected, reasonable group of servant leaders. And yet, when it comes to CEO-type situations, they are believing a very loud voice that is leading them to make unreasonable decisions, even if it seems with good intentions. We need to think about the very loud voice that is being listened to at UME Prep, causing unnecessary fear and anxiety among board members, faculty, staff, and administration. We have an outstanding, well-loved superintendent, a strong principal team, an excellent financial team, and quality board members at UME that seek to do the right thing and can get the job done. In 2020, if the CEO Chancellor role continues, who are we willing to lose next? Thank you.
Joanna?
Oh, that's me. I am Joanna Breehoff. I am a current teacher here in the high school. This is my 7th year here, my 12th year teaching overall. And I don't know that I necessarily have anything new to add. What people have already brought is amazing, and pretty much what was the same thing on my part. Some confusion about the role of the position and whether it's still needed, and then the desire to ask you guys to put that money toward use that will more directly impact our students. So I just want to say that y'all all said it really well too. So, and thank you guys for the hard work you do. Really appreciate
Anyone else would like to speak? Yes.
I thought I was too right, so I'm sorry.
Really quickly, I would just like to say that I was a part of UME's first ever graduating class. Connor Merrifield, sorry. I was part of UME's first ever graduating class, and I actually texted all of them in a big group chat last night and told them kind of the situation that was going on, and they're all away doing great things or about to be doing great things. So they said, you know, go ahead and handle this for us, and we know that you got our back, kind of, you know. So that's nerve-wracking. But I just wanted to say that from someone who graduated here when we didn't know what we were doing, and to now that we know a lot more and we've been doing better, I just wanted to say that I still love this school. And I loved it when I first came here, and I loved it when I graduated, and I've been volunteering 2 days a week for the past 3 years that I've been since I graduated in the theater department, and I still love this school. I love all the teachers, I love all the students, and I think that they're our most valuable asset. And I can tell you one thing more than anything is that the people who made the biggest impact on me in my life were our teachers. And you know, the people who we saw every day and put so many hours and so much hard work into all of us. And I think that they are the most valuable asset, and I think that's how you keep the culture, you know, that someone mentioned earlier. And I can talk about theater and robotics and sports, but Laura covered most of that for me already. So, but yeah, I think that this is such a great school, and I know that you guys are going to make the best decision for it, and I know that's all you guys can do. But I appreciate you listening to me, and I just wanted to say on behalf of my first graduating senior class, we think that this should be redistributed out to the people who put all the time into us, because we love them, and we want to see them start to get more benefits and fruits from that labor. Thank you.
Thank you. Board members, Mr. Spurlock and Ms. Smith, thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. My name is Jana Mulkey. I'm a retired Arlington ISD teacher, and this is my 5th year at UME. I am very thankful that I'm able to teach at a school where I am appreciated for my experience and my knowledge. Mike, Kayla, and Joni have given me a great environment in which I'm able to teach. I come here tonight somewhat confused. I believe that Mr. Spurlock in his position was in plans to help with the understanding that the board was. I come here tonight somewhat confused. I believe that Mr. Spurlock in his position was in place to help with the construction of our new campus. It is my understanding that the board is reconsidering replacing Mr. Spurlock at the end of his tenure, or maybe creating another job similar to his. I ask that you reconsider creating this job. The reason I ask this is at a time when teachers' pay, which you've heard, is way below the national, and I would love to serve on any committee to show that with you, because I'm a math teacher, and I know that our hourly rate looks good, but when you take it with what we really do versus what we don't, it doesn't compare. So I would be glad to share that with you. anyway, with that, with the needs of our classrooms are extremely small. Come into my classroom at any time. I would love to have you. It is so small, we hardly can get around. And needs of technology, there's technology needs, theater, and all those kinds of things. So at this time, all I'm asking you is that the list goes on and on and on, and that you really consider before allocating that money to that job, and to maybe consider some of the other areas. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Good evening. I'm Edwin Schaefer. I was here from the beginning about a year and a half ago, right? About a year and a half ago, I left UME to join the private sector of the gainfully unemployed retired. Truth be known, somebody said there was a party tonight and there was food. In all honesty, I'm just going to leave you with something very short. Probably for the board to think about. We go back a long way, and I think Mike will remember this loud and clear as he got here without a whole lot of school district experience. And there was one thing that was hammered into his head other than, you aren't leaving us, and that was, it's all about the kids. And someone said that and said that and said that. And through the years, Mike and I would look at each other. And it was all about the kids. I simply ask the board, as you consider what you're doing, what you need to do, and I don't have a dog in this fight, is make sure that as you look toward spending the funds and look toward doing what's right for this wonderful school, that you do, number one job is what's the best thing we can do and how best will this serve the children of UME Prep. Thank you.
I would like to throw my hat in the ring, please. My name is Logan Merrifield. I've been here for 3 years, starting my freshman year. Many of my fellow classmates and my teachers know me as someone who's very passionate about what I believe in, and someone who's willing to put my opinion in there and hope that it gets listened to. And I will tell you that the greatest change that I've ever seen in this school for the past 3 years that I've been here is the appointing of Mrs. Bromley as our high school principal. She has changed the entire school culture single-handedly. I come to her with issues and they're solved the same day. I think that it would be very unbeneficial for you to keep this position unterminated due to the fact that it would almost single-handedly stop this. Hold on, I'm so sorry, I have it written down beautifully. I believe that if you, as a board, decided to keep this position unterminated, I think that it would stop this great culture that's been coming out, and it would severely, hold on. It will stop the very positive school environment that now shines bright through the halls of the lockers and classrooms. That's what I wrote. And I think that that's a beautiful way of putting it. And I hope that you guys agree. I hope that Mrs. Bromers continues to be our principal because she is one of the best teachers I've ever had. She brought me through Spanish, which was obviously a very big struggle for me. And same with Mrs. Brinkerhoff. She is one of the best teachers that I've ever had in my entire life. And the majority of teachers that have the most impact in my life have come from this school. My last school did not have very good teachers, did not have very good administration. It did not listen to students like you guys do now, and I commend you guys greatly for having this meeting and for listening to all of us. And yeah, I love this school. I would fight tooth and nail to keep it alive, and yeah.
I wasn't going to speak, but because my husband wasn't going to speak because my husband spoke, but I feel compelled to do so, so I will. I want to say first, we love our school. We found it kind of by accident, honestly, when Hannah was coming into kindergarten, and we moved to Duncanville, and we didn't even know it existed, and we found it, and we consider ourselves fully blessed that we did so, because it is such an amazing place. And I'm sorry. We have seen our teachers do amazing things with coat hangers and string to create parties for our kids. They made snowflakes out of coat hangers. It was the most, I was amazed because they looked amazing. But the truth of the matter is that, as other people have said, the important thing is the kids. But the kids have to have the teachers. And the important part where money should be spent is with the teachers. And I really feel that it was a great position that was necessary for a short time, perhaps, but that time has passed. And we really need to focus, as others have already said, on where the important part in the mission of the school is. So I want to say thank you to Ms. Horton. She's an amazing principal, and she knows every student's name. It's amazing to me. She knew our name before I knew hers. So I just want to say that, first of all, thank you for creating this amazing school, because I know it was because of you all. But I ask that when you're trying to make these very difficult decisions, that you remember, in the end, what is really the most important. So thank you.
I'll speak. I'm Mary Lickner. My kids are here. We have 3 kids. This is our 4th year. I'm a professor at Dallas Baptist University. And just listening to what everyone has said, it sounds like all we're asking is that if there is a position of the CEO, that it's justified. So I know at DBU we have a chancellor and we pay him a lot of money, but he raises millions and millions of dollars for the school. And so if the position is needed to provide a business support for our school, then it needs to be justified and it needs to be checked, such that there's accountability that this person who's receiving the salary to do this job is actually doing it. And I think, one of the differences, I've heard the difference of business and educators. I've been an educator my whole life. You can't pay a teacher per diem because no one can afford a teacher, right? So if you think about all that a teacher does in a day, at school, early in the morning, after school, the emotional energy invested for their students and the students' families, you could not afford to pay a teacher $1,000 a day. And so I feel like if that salary is needed to raise the funds for our school, then let's have it. But it needs to be justified, because the teachers in this room leverage their body, mind, soul, and spirit every day, not for money, and they're not asking for money. It's because of the job that they love doing. But they need the support, and they need to understand that if someone's making $1,000 a day, that there's a reason why. Otherwise, it's like dirt in the face to them, and it's not valuing the blood, sweat, and tears that a teacher gives every single day.
Has everyone had the opportunity to speak now?
I would like to. I don't like confrontation. This is very hard for me because I don't like confrontation. But I can't sit there and not say something. My name is Katie Shaw, and I'm a founding faculty member of UME. And my family has been here from the first year. We have a very vested interest in UME. Sorry, I'm an emotional person. But I love UME, and my heart is to love and educate and serve well the families of UME Preparatory Academy. Being an educator, there are 2 questions that I ask myself every day, multiple times a day. And that is, 1, what's best for the students sitting in my classroom? And 2,
what is the best use that I can make of the resources that I have to educate them. And so I ask you, please, members of the board, consider those questions in regards to keeping the role of CEO Chancellor at UME. Is that what's best for our scholars and their education? Is that the best use of the financial resources that we have? We know that being a charter school, we receive significantly less financial funding than other bigger districts around us who get money from property taxes and things. We don't have that resource to pull from. Mr. Spurlock, I'm so thankful for you and for the way that you have served our school for the past 7 years. It's because of you that we have wonderful people like Kayla Smith and Joni Holter and our school board members. You brought those people to us, and I'm so thankful for that and the leadership that you've put in place at our school. The only other thing that I want to say is, members of the school board, I pray for you daily. I pray that God gives you wisdom. I pray that He gives you discernment. I pray that He gives you unity. And I pray that you would make the best decision for our students and the resources that we have to use to educate them. Because that is the most precious gift that we have, is our students, and that's who our greatest responsibility is to. Thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak?
All right, I like to wait for the last second, so here we go. My name is Jennifer Watkins. This is my husband, Richard. We have 4 boys in the school. They are amazing handfuls of ridiculous energy. And I just want to say that the reason we are still at this school is because of the teachers. Mrs. Dallas, Mulkey, Mrs. Shaw, and I'm sure several others in here that I can't thank enough, and it breaks my heart to think that they're not being compensated correctly for what they're doing. It is ridiculous. My boys, to teach one of them, they should earn the amount of money that they earn right now. So, I'm sorry, I'm doing me both. You know my kids, you know it's true. But people here are watching, and we're paying attention, and we are very passionate about it because this means a lot to us. And we need to know that you're hearing us.
I'd like to say something. I'm Jennifer Shannon. I work at the front desk here. I've been here for 2 years. I've been at another school with my kids where my daughter was bullied, and the administration did nothing about it. The teachers did nothing about it, and it was really hard for my daughter. The teachers need to get paid. The teachers need to get paid because they do an amazing job here. I love all the kids here. I try to get to know every student that comes through my door. I love all the parents here, and I love all the teachers. The teachers work so hard, and this money can be allocated towards teachers so that you can pay quality teachers to do the amazing things that they do. I don't like to see when there's turnaround when a teacher leaves or when an administrator leaves. I want for us to be a family here at this school. I want for us to be here for the long run, to love our school. I put everything into the school here. My kids are here, and I want to be here for a long time, but I'm afraid that my little ones coming up aren't going to get the quality teachers, and I want them. We all want these teachers to be here because we love them. And to pay them more would be amazing because you get quality. We don't need quantity, we need quality. We need really good teachers. And teachers aren't going to come here and teach for the amount that they're getting. They need to get paid more so that we get the best teachers that we can absolutely have at this school to make this school a better school.
I'll go. My name is Chris Stewart. I'm a father of 5 kids, actually. The newest one's 10 days old. So 2 students at UME Prep, second grader and a kindergartner, 3 on the way coming into UME as soon as they age up to be eligible for kindergarten. I attended Grace Prep, so I'm intimately familiar with the whole UME system and how it operates. I appreciate the effort Mr. Spurlock has put forward for this school, but I do think the position has run its course, and think that in the interest of UME, the way the model was originally designed, the way the parents and the teachers work together, along with the administration providing oversight, transparency for funding and all the things with the school, that we can take care of things with the administration, with the teachers and the parents, all working together as one family within UME. We don't need a master overseer above all of that structure. The board's in place for a reason. The administration is here for a reason. The faculty obviously is deeply invested, as they've mentioned. The parents here are all deeply invested as well. So I do appreciate all the energy that's gone in to create the school. As a Christian, I believe that God created this school, that He breathed this school into existence through people that are gathered here tonight. And it's this very special place. It's a place that I want my children to graduate from, to not have to leave one day because of things that might happen. So please consider all that's been said and recognize that this is a responsibility not just for today, but for the future of UME, for these children that I have that I really want to see come here for kindergarten and leave here when they graduate and go on to college. Thank you.
Before you know, so you'll know, the way the state rules is that you can only, all we can do is listen, can't even discuss it. And that's according to what the state rules are. So I don't want you to think that we're just not responding because we're preventing this. So, at least at this meeting.
Next item is project limitations. And at this point, we need authorization from the board for funds to start going forward with our expansion on Arbrook, Mayfield site. The dollar amount of $400,000 was suggested.
Just so we can explain what's happening is that the board has been, for like the last 3 years, looking at 9 different facility sites to go into. And so they, over the course of those 3 years, they latched onto one that they like. We negotiated with, it's in Arlington. And so they're gonna vote on whether they do it or not right after this meeting. So it's kind of like the for the horse, but in order to do that, you got to start ordering books. You got to start painting and doing all the things. So what he's saying is that they did this on his bill too, was that they authorize up to a certain amount, so that you don't hit that amount and then everything stops because it's still involved in August 15th of this year. So just let you know that it's an elementary school, about the same size as Dublin. So that's what we're doing. The reason why they come up with that sounds like a lot of money, $400,000, but by the time you get the books, you get FF&E, which is furniture, and then the IT, that it will belong pretty close to that. So that's what we do.
I'm sorry, I should have explained myself.
You probably were, but
No.
I know we've had some discussions on that. Kayla, do you still feel strongly about this school and opening that aspect we did for the?
Actually, we really should pursue it. Okay, yeah, you just have to have signature authority.
So you need a motion that is what? Like, so how many motion do you want?
To make the limits of it's not $400,000. Well, the other thing too is that sounds like a lot of money, so I'm not going to the Bahamas, but actually you're supposed to do a monthly update on how much you spend. So that you'll have receipts. I don't know if you know Ginger is over there. But from a financial standpoint is every single invoice he checks against what we're spending. So there's very little opportunity for any kind of embezzlement or spending the funds illegally. So that's kind of gives you a background on how that works.
So then I'd like to make a comment. Well, we were just talking, just so everybody knows, we were very fortunate to get actually 2 different grants for this new building. So we actually have $900,000 that is coming into UME Prep to specifically spend on opening that school. So just to clarify, we're not spending that out of the expense budget. So you know that.
And this is a one-year opportunity. We get it good this year, money goes away next year.
Right.
So that was part of the impetus to find another elementary school building for us, so we can take advantage of this window. Otherwise, if we want to expand later on, that funding won't be there.
And right now, we already have we have over 500 on our wait list right now for the combination of this school and Duncan. So we're hoping that we can meet the needs of some of those families in the Arlington area. Okay, so I'd like to make a motion that we approve the limits on the spending authority
Yes.
on the Mayfield project up to $400,000 with a monthly accounting.
Can I add one thing?
Yeah.
Just so that you'll know, none of that money can be used for teacher salaries. It's designated by the state on how to spend it, so it doesn't affect teacher salary.
So it's a state.
Well, it's not coming out of the funds of the teachers.
For a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Underneath your agenda sheet, there is a board subcommittee structure. We got a chance to review that, if there's any problems with it. It's not an action item, it's just for information.
It actually should be just information. This is just a story. It's just a refresher.
And then the board will now go into closed session.
Can I ask you a question? You said that what we said was gonna be heard and that you couldn't discuss it right now because of the rules. Do we know, or can you tell us rather, when the decision will be made, whether or not this position will be continued?
As of right now, we don't have a timeline on that.
The only thing
Not
for
to
sure
be
is on
evasive,
July
but-
31st, I will not be here. That's the only real definite time. July 31st.
Could you repeat that? We couldn't hear.
The chimes make it hard to hear you guys.
She was asking about, is there a timeline to make a decision about all the things we've heard? There's a lot of discussion that's gone on. Some of it's accurate, a lot of it not accurate, and so we'll have to have discussion about all these different things. So there's not a timeline. I was saying the only definite timeline I'll be gone.
But as soon as some sort of decision has been made, we will inform everyone, like we have on the past on these things.
Our meetings and agendas get posted, and so you'll know several days in advance for when that meeting is gonna be held. So we don't have it set right now, it's not on this agenda tonight, we have to give several days notice before we can talk about anything, it's part of the Texas Open Meetings Act. So that's the beauty of that act, is that you will get notice. And that's posted in the on the front door. Okay. It is posted on Duncanville, I understand, on the front door, like it is here.
We appreciate your voices though, they have been heard and everything will be taken into consideration.
Thank y'all for being here tonight.
Thank you.
Say, is that a dismiss?
Yeah, we have to dismiss because it's a closed session right now, so thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.